good morning, and welcome back to Behind Her Brand Monday Morning Brew. Okay, so today I was rushing in here and I was having my breakfast with my husband and drinking my coffee. That I forgot to bring my coffee cup in here. So I don't have my mug for this morning, but I hope that you have your beverage of choice and you're pulling up a seat and just spending a few minutes with me today. So I was thinking about what I wanted to share today, and I read something that I thought was just so. Um, I don't I enjoyed it. So I wanted to share it with you all. And it made me think about how often we have the power of choice. We have the choice of how we live. We have the choice of how we show up every day. We have the choice of how we view situations that come our way, right? And so when I read this, I'm gonna share it with you, and I want you to hopefully just let this sink in. So it says here, a friend of mine once told me, sad has three letters, but so does joy. Fall has four letters, but so does rise. Curse has five letters, but so does bless. Ignore has six letters, but so does listen. Enemies has seven letters, but so does friends. Immature has eight letters, but so does maturity. Ignorance has nine letters, but so does knowledge. And negativity has 10 letters, but so does positivity. And when I read this, what I started to think about is that there's always another side to the coin, that we have the power to choose how we show up and look at situations. We have the power to choose how we approach situations. Like, I love this because when you think about this, is how often do we focus more on joy than we do sadness? How often do we focus on the things that we've risen from than the things that we've fallen from? How often do we look at all the blessings in our life versus the things that are not going right in our life? How often do we listen? Do we listen, right? And ignore the things that we need to turn off? How often do we embrace our friends and the people that bring us life, make us feel good, than the people that are constantly being haters or saying things that simply and truly just are not true about you? How often do we maturely approach situations, whether it might be closed doors, maybe it's the ending of a relationship, maybe it's conversations that we don't need to be a part of? How often do we approach things with maturity and not immaturity, and falling into anything petty? How often do we embrace real knowledge and ignore the ignorance that are around us? And then how often do we really approach and embrace positivity than the negativity in our life? When you look at the other side of the coin and you ask yourself that, I liken it to this. I remember, what was it, a few years ago, just being around a lot of people that were going through a lot of different things. And it was always remarkable to me to see the people that were showing up every day, not always full of joy, not always feeling happy, not always feeling positive. Sometimes I can call them and they're crying, but they'll be like, but I'm working, I'm pushing through. And not that they weren't taking care of themselves. So let me preface that. But it was a choice that they said, you know what, I'm in pain. But if I sit in this pain, if I sit in this situation, if I sit in this place, I'm going to remain in this place and I'm not going to move forward. And so for them, it was like, let me find ways to move forward, even if I have to cry in between Zoom calls, or hey, I'm with the client, hug, great, we have a great meeting, and then I'm in the car, I'm crying on the way home, and I'm praying on the way home, or whatever it might be. And they're feeling all the things they need to feel. They're choosing to make sure they flip that coin so they can get to a place where they're choosing a better reality, a better moment, a better hour to walk into. I'm a big believer in, you don't really have a bad day. You can have a bad moment, a bad meeting, maybe a bad conversation, but it shouldn't technically ruin a 24 hours in your day, right? I think it's all about perspective and how you look at things. And so today may be short and sweet, but I wanted to share this with you because I thought it was really powerful. I thought it was really, really insightful because we can flip the coin. How often do you flip the coin? Or is there something right now that you're like, Kim, I really need to flip the coin on this? I've been pretty sad and pretty down about the situation, but there are things that are joyful in my life. So let me flip that coin. Maybe right now business is not going the way that you want to, or your career is not growing the way that you would like to. You're doing everything that you can do, and it's just not growing. And you kind of feel like, man, I just don't seem to have what they have. Flip that and say, but you know what? I'm blessed to have the customers I do have today. I'm blessed that I'm doing something that I absolutely love doing every single day. I'm blessed because you know what? I could be sitting here not using my gifts and talents, but I am. Maybe you might be in a situation right now where um, enemies, you have people that are just faithfully saying things that are not true. They're faithfully doing things to try to prevent you from growing. But you have friends that are pouring into you every single day. You have friends that are showing up and saying, you know what, I know what they're saying, but I know who you are. What can we do to get over this? Like when you really look at that, I want to challenge you today to look at where you are today and ask yourself, where do I need to flip the coin? Where do I need to switch how I'm thinking? Okay. And I'm gonna end this because, like I said, today's gonna be a little more short and sweet, but I'm gonna end it saying it, reading this to you one more time because I just think it's such a good way to challenge how we think. And I'm sharing this even for myself. I have days where I need to remember, okay, well, let me flip it and do this. Let me flip this thought process and go this direction instead. Because it's so easy to flip to the things over here that are not growing us and moving us forward. So I'm gonna read it to you one more time. Sad has 3 letters, but so does joy. Fall has 4 letters, but so does rise. Curse has 5 letters, but so does bless. Ignore has 6 letters, but so does listen. Enemies has 7 letters, but so does friends. Immature has 8 letters, but so does maturity. Ignorance has 9 letters, but so does knowledge. Negativity has 10 letters, but so does positivities. And you have 2 realities to always choose from. Just always remember that. It's up to you to decide how you want to live, how you want to approach the situation, and which side of the coin that you're going to use in this moment, in this time, in this season of your life. So I hope that, I know today was short and sweet, but I still hope that it was encouraging to you in some way. And continue, y'all, to share, post, all the things. I am so appreciative of every single time I see new faces, I see new comments. It makes me happy because I don't know if you guys know this. This was a flip a coin for me too. Starting these was something that I was like, you know what, I want to stop. Not, I'm always posting these quotes. I wanted to start flip the coin and say, you know what, let me get myself out of my own comfort zone. And every week I'm gonna commit to doing at least one video every single week. And it was my flip the coin moment, if you will. And so I believe in it. I believe that you should flip it up, change it up, look at your situation a little differently, do something a little differently, whatever that looks like for you. It's all about choice, right? All about choice. So I hope that you all have the most amazing day, and I look forward to seeing you again on another Monday Morning Brew.